Grey Guy in here, and I just wanted to discuss some pop culture with you. Yeah, I know mostly on my channel it's been, just gaming videos so far, but I did promise in my first video that I would talk about, films and anime and, other pop culture things, like books and shit, basically. So, I think I wanted to talk about, Avengers Age of Ultron. Yeah, keep in mind, this video, it's going to be short because I'm filming it from my phone and it takes up a lot of space, so expect this to be less than 4 minutes, hopefully. Quick thoughts on the film. I really enjoyed it, but the problem with it is it wasn't as good as the first Avengers, and why? I guess it was a little bit more complicated and that we kind of have seen it before now. It's becoming more formulaic. We got all these, great heroes together. And don't get me wrong, there is a ton of chemistry there. Like, everything about this movie screams A plus plus or even S. Like the Avengers did. But you see, the thing about that, the Avengers, it was like a novelty. Like, whenever, the Avengers came out, it would be impossible to think that you could pull off having all these amazing characters, together on one, in one movie. It wouldn't have been done. It would have been absolute shit. Just putting it frankly. But they managed to pull it off, and it was amazing. I bought the Avengers on Blu-ray, special edition, and I have absolutely no regrets. Just shut up and take my money. And and I actually do plan on buying Age of Ultron on the director's cut because Joss Whedon apparently reportedly has said that there was a ton that was cut out of the movie. Like any good film, there's stuff that's cut out, and I can't wait to buy like the director's cut or the special extended edition of this, and I will not feel bad for what I spend for it because I had that much fun watching this movie. I really just only have small nitpicks with it. Like Quicksilver, I kind of hate, the whole thing that Fox has with, like, I'm not talking about, Fox, the studio, and just that what they're doing, because they have, like, the rights to X-Men, and how their characters are labeled, as mutants, and in Avengers Age of Ultron, they're labeled as enhanced, because, in the comics and in, the Fox's X-Men, that he's a mutant. He's Magneto's son. No shit. But in this one they kind of didn't really give a good, understanding, of what enhanced was. They didn't. I would have liked it if they had been ballsy enough to call him a mutant. That's really my only nitpick about this movie. Other than that, I just had a great time with it. I'm not going to post any spoilers. If you want me to do a video on that, then I'll be glad to. I would love to straight up talk, 10, 15 minutes worth of spoilers with it. I wouldn't mind it because I loved it. I loved it. But I guess, that was my only nitpick really, was just that, they, Joss Whedon couldn't really tell it how he wanted to tell it. And that there was obviously some things cut. And really, I didn't mind Ultron at all. Some reviewers have said that it was really choppy how he was brought about. I actually kind of, liked it. It was really quick and to the point, and I loved James Spader's, portrayal of Ultron. It was sarcastic, witty, but just, menacing. That was awesome. I really got into that. Ooh, this video is almost 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Anyway, guys, if you like this, then share it with your friends. Yeah, that'll be the end of this video, and I'll do another one soon to kind of give the games a break, and then I'll go back to them and back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, if you want me to talk about any more, pop culture stuff, comment. Open suggestions. Anyway, peace out.